Now let us study the next important life process, and that is excretion. Now what is excretion? Let's understand. We know that biochemical reactions constantly occur in the cells of a living organism. Biochemical reactions mean the chemical reactions which take place in the cells. For example, we know that after digestion, the food is carried to the cells by the blood. So here you can see the food is ingested and then it is digested, and after digestion, the blood carries the food to all the cells of the body. And once the food reaches the cells of the body, then inside the cell, energy is produced from the food in the form of ATP. Now, but along with the required substances, it also produces some harmful substances like urea, uric acid and ammonia. Now students, these substances, if they are allowed to accumulate in the body, they can cause serious damage, sometimes even leading to death. So obviously, they need to be eliminated from the body. So the blood carries these waste products from the cells to the kidneys. And then the kidneys, they filter the blood, they remove the waste products out of the body in the form of urine. And this process is done by a special system which is called as the excretory system. So let us see the parts of the excretory system in human beings. It includes first a pair of kidneys. Then from the kidneys, two thin tubes come out which are called as ureters. So we have a pair of ureters. Now both the ureters open in a bag-like organ which is called as the urinary bladder. So we have the urinary bladder, and finally the urinary bladder opens into a small tube-like structure which is called as the urethra. Now students, the human excretory system, this is the diagram that can be asked in the exam. So we have the kidneys, we have the ureters, the urinary bladder, the urethra. Now one very important point to note here is the artery that carries blood to the kidneys is called as the renal artery. So here you can see the renal artery which carries blood to the kidneys, and the vein that carries blood from the kidneys towards the heart is called as the renal vein. So here we have the renal vein which carries blood away from the kidneys. Now students, let us have a look at the vertical section of the kidney. Now inside the vertical section, you can see a triangular region which is called as the medulla or the kidney medulla. Now the region outside the medulla is called as the cortex region. This is the renal artery which enters inside the kidney, then the renal vein which comes out from the kidney. Now the region where the ureter begins is called as the renal pelvis, and finally we have the ureter. So again, this is the diagram for the vertical section of the kidney.